Yo, what's up, family? What's up, family? What's good? So we're gonna get to YouTube live jumping. We're gonna get to YouTube live jumping. When my people come in, we're gonna get it jumping. We're gonna get it going. All right, hold on, come on. Let me put my dog up. You gotta go in the room. Fuck. You gotta go in the room. Go. Go in the room. All right, we back. All right, we back. We back. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. Um, when you come in, make sure you can hear me. So let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Let me check a few things before we get started. We're gonna give people some time. We're gonna give it a few minutes to get up in this thing. If you're just coming in, make sure you shout out where you from. Shout out where you're from. If you are based in Atlanta, let me know. We're doing the Black Millionaires Conference coming up in February. So I would love for everybody to fly in and get that wonderful, wonderful experience while we're going live. All right, so we got Tampa, Florida in the building. Tampa, Florida in the building. And all right, Tampa, Florida in the building. Detroit, Michigan in the building. Detroit, Michigan in the building. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna get going. We're gonna get going. Detroit, Michigan in the building. I'm from the D. So I'm from the D. So let's get it. For one, why can't I see that? Once your broadcast has started. That's so weird. I can't see that. We'll figure that out. Okay, so we got a lot to talk about, man. So number one, there's a lot of stuff going on out here. And I just want to say before we get started, just make sure you do not give up what you have trying to get something you don't even need. See, it's a lot of people out here scamming. It's a lot of people out here getting ripped off. And we're going to talk about that today because there's a lot of different topics. And I want to jump straight into one. But one that really stood out to me. I mean, I'm talking about this jumped off of my phone when I read it. Is about these 14 young ladies, families who were scammed. Now, I don't know if you guys know, and I don't know if everybody on here follow me on Twitter or whatever, but if you follow me on Twitter, you will see. If you follow me on Twitter, you will see. Okay, let me get this pulled up. You will see the 14 families who tried to finesse, tried to get over. They tried to get something they didn't deserve, and it ended up costing them. And a lot of them are going to get put out of their home, unfortunately. So let me get this video pulled up and you guys can see for yourself, because one running theme in our community is we love the fast route. We trying to take it fast, right? We trying to go fast, right? And that's not the route to go. So I'm gonna share my screen here and let's watch this video together. Can you guys hear in the chat? Okay. So if you guys can't hear, hold on, let me see. Can you guys hear me in the chat? Were you guys able to hear that video? Okay. They said they can't hear the video. All right, let me try one more thing. Okay, let me see.
Interesting.
Can you hear the video now? You guys hear the video now? Now? Oh, no. You guys can't hear that video? Video. All right, let me try this. Mm, let me see. It's not. Okay. Hold on. Let's say what video. Oh, my bad. Y'all can't see the video. Hold on. Can you guys see that video? All right, we're gonna pass the video because y'all can't see that, so we're gonna go to something else. Since y'all can't see that video, we're gonna go to something else. But I really wanted y'all to see that video because, so pretty much, let me explain what happened in the video, um, so y'all can kind of understand. So they're at an apartment complex, right? So while at this apartment complex, the leasing agent reaches out to them and say, "Hey, I have the best deal ever. I have a very sweet deal. If you pay me under the table, I'll give you half off your rent and wipe out your rent." Now, come on now. I'm not victim blaming. But guys, we have to understand financial literacy, basic financial literacy. Basic human sense says if it's too good to be true, it probably is. I'm going to say it again. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Even though it came directly from the leasing agent. If the leasing agent say, "Look, man, just give me a couple dollars under the table, I'm going to clear it out." That person is doing fraud and they're doing a scam. And this story hit home for me because when I first moved to Georgia, I had a leasing agent scam me. Here's how she scammed me. So she said, "Look, when you're paying the rent, you don't have to come in. You can just slide it under the door, or slide it in this little mailbox, and that is how you pay the rent. She told that to about 50 people at the complex. Look, just slide your stuff under the door or slide it in this mailbox. So I went and got a money order, slid the money order under the door, rent was paid. Slid the money in the under the door again, rent was paid. The third time I slid the money under the door, the rent didn't get paid. I go into the office because I get a call from my job saying, what's going on? No, not my job. I get a call while I'm at my job and they say, hey, what's going on? Your rent is, your rent not paid. You usually pay your rent on time. So I'm like, I did pay my rent. I put my rent under the door. I goes in there. It's all new management. It's all new management. I said, what the hell? What is going on? Why is there new management, right? It's all new management. And with the new management, they have discovered that the young lady who was working there originally ran off with about 50 to 60 people's money. And she cashed it at the nearby liquor store. I went up to the liquor store and cussed them the hell out because why did y'all give this young lady, why did y'all allow her to cash these checks? Right? So I got ripped off. I learned a very, very tough lesson. And it is what it is. But I wanted to talk about that story because if it's too good to be true, it usually is. Do not get ripped off. Don't try to shortcut. Pay the bills, pay the balance. And these are, and I hate to say this. These are 14 black women who's on this who's on this news clip. And I did not see not one man in there. Now, I'm not saying that to say women are susceptible to scams. What I'm saying is, where the hell is the men that are supposed to be paying the bills, stepping up, so she don't even have to deal with that? Why is it that it's 14 women on this news clip that got ripped off and scammed, sitting there with their children alone? Right? So we have to build strong families. We have to understand the dynamics of America. And you're competing with different families on trying to be successful. So I'm not blaming these women. I'm blaming all these motherfuckers involved. Where are the fathers at? We got kids in this news clip. I don't see any males. So fellas, you got to step up. Ladies, quit trying to take a shortcut. We're going to move on to the next topic because we couldn't get it going. But this topic is going to be a good one because listen, my boy Tyler Perry. So for the people who don't know, Tyler Perry was actually looking to buy BET. Now, BET, Black Entertainment Network, right? We all watched it growing up. 106 in Park, Rap City in the building, right? BET, Tyler Perry. BET, Tyler Perry, right? Okay. So Tyler Perry was negotiating to buy BET. Now, when BET sold back in the day, BET sold for around $3 billion. BET was founded by Bob and Sheila Johnson. They were the first Black billionaires in America when they sold BET. BET was a public company and they sold it, right? That's a whole nother topic because a lot of people hate when they sell out. They call people a sellout and all of that. So when you talk about wealth in America, wealth around the world, selling your company is an exchange of wealth. Selling assets is an exchange of wealth. So we can't be calling people sellouts when people sell assets because you can always buy the asset back, right? There are several companies and several people who are billionaires sold their company and bought it back. One of the companies I used to work for, called Quicken Loans, which is also known as Rocket Mortgage, it was sold when it went public. And then they bought it back. It was sold to Intuit. So let's talk about this. Tyler Perry. I'm gonna get the article pulled up here. You guys, I'm sure you can't see this, but I'm going to read it for you, and then we're going to discuss it. Tyler Perry has finally spoken out about his experience trying to purchase BET from Paramount Global, and a billionaire suggests that it wasn't pleasant. Tyler Perry said, I quote, "I was disappointed about it for a number of reasons." Tyler Perry said to Bloomberg's Equality Summit, per the report from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The way it happened was very disrespectful in a lot of ways. Don't try to get me to pay for something that's not worth anywhere near the value. Perry also gave a firm no when asked about his interest in securing ownership in BET if it goes up for sale again. I have a deep suspicion that in about a year or two, BET is going to be up for sale again. Why? Because, I'm supposed to have been reading off. Why? Because they don't know what they are doing with BET. They don't know the consumer. They don't know why it's struggling. And I can tell you why it's struggling. Number one, it's struggling because it's out of touch, right? It's out of touch. A lot of the shows they put on there, most people are not watching it. Their marketing team on social media is bad. The BET Awards is terrible. They keep continuing to discontinue and discount Black talent. They had Fat Joe, shout out to Fat Joe, who's Latino, host the BET Awards several times, right? Not saying Fat Joe can't be a part of the BET Awards, but why all this Black talent, all these Black journalists, all these Black media professionals, you can't get one professional, all these Black comedians to host your event? It just doesn't make sense, right? So they wanted to get $3 billion for BET. Tyler Perry said no. He offered $2 billion, which I think was very, very generous. Side note, I bet you guys didn't know this. Tyler Perry is the reason BET is actually still in business. Tyler Perry owns part of BET Plus. If you go watch Tyler Perry shows, most of them are on BET network, right? So Tyler Perry has what we call in business leverage. And he has leverage to negotiate the best deal on his end. Why? Because he's the reason the company is thriving in the first place. So if he's the reason the company is thriving in the first place, why would he pay top dollar? Why would he pay top dollar in order to buy the asset that he's the one is responsible for, right? When they did the bidding war, the only people who were really interested in buying BET were Black billionaires. You had Byron Allen, you had Sean Diddy Combs, and you had Tyler Perry. Now, Byron Allen is a billionaire. He owns the Weather Channel, he owns the Griot, and the several other assets in the media space. So I think he would actually be really, really good to own the asset and monetize it. Diddy owns Revolt. Revolt is a media platform that, you know, they got things like Drink Champs and different podcasts like that. Now, I'm not really sold on Diddy owning BET because I just don't think he has the media exposure to run something as big as BET, like a network. But Tyler Perry and Byron Allen does. Side note, why didn't they try to buy it together? They all put in 3 different bids. Why didn't they try to buy it together? Oh, Shaquille O'Neal, 50 Cent, and one other brother, I forgot his name, but he also tried to buy it. He also tried to buy it, and you know, it didn't go really, really well. So my thing is, why not all pool your money together? Why not all pool your money together and try to buy it? But here's why BET isn't worth $3 billion. Number one, BET's main consumer, which is supposed to be black people, because hence Black Entertainment Network, they do not, I repeat, they do not watch BET like they used to, because a lot of the shows that drew people to the network have went out of style or have been canceled because the owners of BET are out of touch. When it had black ownership and it had black leadership, there were shows that piqued your interest. It kept you coming back. But once BET got sold, the first few years was good, but then it got rocky. The leadership left. Why? Because that's what you do when you sell your company. When you sell your company, you usually sign a 3 to 5 year extension as an executive in the company. And then you have what is called stock options in the company, meaning you can leave all you want, but you have the options, and those options mature after that deal is over. So 2 to 3 years. This is why when people buy companies, usually the company started to go down after 2 or 3 years because the leadership that ran the company has exited the company. Think of companies like Instagram, for example. Now, Instagram has kind of bounced back, but when Instagram was at its peak, it was under its original ownership and leadership. Instagram started doing all these different changes and got rocky, and a lot of people stopped using Instagram, and the algorithm and things started changing. Is because the owner who sold it to Facebook, which is now Meta, they transferred the ownership and the leadership left. So when you look at a company like BET, it's driven by black culture. So black culture is entertainment, music, media. I don't know if you guys have watched the BET Awards in the last few years, but the BET Awards, they don't have none of the premier black stars. Beyonce's not showing up. Jay-Z's not in the building. Kanye's not in the building. They have a lot of up and coming artists, which is okay, but that can get very, very rocky because these up and coming artists, they're TikTok stars. They have not developed the years and years and years of strategy in order to grow and build a real fan base. So because they have not grown and built a real fan base, they are not attracting the viewership, right? And they're not bringing their loyal fan base there. So for example, I believe last year they had Glorilla performing. Now Glorilla had a hell of a year last year when it came to being a breakout artist. But when you're a breakout artist and you have 1 or 2 hits, that is not enough to attract and build a loyal fan base, right? Back in the day, they had artist development, right? These artists went across city to city to city and toured. Now they don't have that anymore. They don't have artist development anymore. They don't have these things. So you got very new artists coming over to a platform like the BET Awards and the BET Hip Hop Awards and things like that. People don't even know that they're performing. So a lot of people just don't tune in because a lot of these award shows are losing their steam. So when Tyler Perry went to negotiate, he's coming in with the ultimate leverage. He know all of that. He know all of this. He know the BET is struggling because here's the thing. You wouldn't sell it if it wasn't struggling. And Tyler Perry owns part of BET Plus, which is their streaming platform that competes with Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, etc. He knows the numbers. So really the only person you're going to sell to in that moment is Tyler Perry. So with Tyler Perry being privy to all of that, he can negotiate a much better deal than anyone else. I don't want to see Diddy own it. Shout out to Diddy. Byron Allen, I'm not sure. 50 Cent. Now, I would love to see 50 Cent a part of it. 50 Cent has power. He has the BMF series. He has a lot of things. The last few hit shows in the urban community has come from or been influenced by 50 Cent. So if 50 Cent can try to work together with a Tyler Perry and a Byron Allen, I think that would be the best moving forward. So I agree with Tyler. Do not buy something that is overpriced. Do not buy something that is overpriced. You are going to regret it, Tyler. And I salute you for standing on your guns and not backing down. Here's something that was very interesting. So the governor of California, let me share this real quick. The governor of California, his name is Gavin Newsom. So if you guys are not not familiar with Gavin Newsom, he's the governor of California, and California is like a new city. I mean, it's like another country. These guys get a new law every single week. Every single week they're reporting on. Now, here's the new law. California Governor Newsom signs a bill to grant $5,000 to students who transfer from California to HBCUs. Now, here's something that's really interesting. California has no historical Black colleges. I thought California had some historical Black colleges. Let's look this up. Does California have any historical Black colleges? Charles Drew University of Medicine is the only historical Black college. It was founded in 1996. Okay, this article says it has no historical Black colleges. Well, you guys are wrong. So Black Enterprise, you need to do that fact check. So California has signed a bill that will grant up to $5,000 to community college students looking to transfer out of state to historical Black colleges and HBCU. The bill called the bill called AB 1400 was drafted by Majority Leader Isaac Bryan. He seeks to create an easier journey for California residents to enjoy the HBCU experience in the Sunshine State. Now, for one, here's some key words: out of state tuition. They're going to need that $5,000. If any of you have went to college, you know HBCUs, it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to go to school out of state. And then if you go to a good HBCU, let's say you go to Howard, let's say you go to Spelman, let's say you go to Hampton, FAMU, some of these schools, some of them are private schools, right? Hampton is a private HBCU. So you got private HBCU, and then a lot of these HBCUs are priced higher than some of the state schools. So you're going to need that $5,000. So it's going to cost you a lot more to go to an HBCU out of state. So that's one. Two, I actually like the bill because it is incentivizing people to go to HBCUs. But my thing is, what the hell is $5,000 going to do to someone going to school out of state? So if you're struggling with finances, you're not going to select an HBCU out of state. You're probably, especially if you're going to your community college, you're probably going to go to a state school in California, one of those schools that is cheaper. You don't have to commute out of state. You don't have to transfer and commute out of state. But shout out to the HBCUs. I actually didn't go to an HBCU. And the reason I didn't go to an HBCU is because I'm from Michigan. And they didn't have any HBCUs. We didn't have any HBCUs. So I would have to go to an out-of-state HBCU. So I applied and I got into Howard. Shout out to Howard, right? And I actually got a scholarship. It was about $3,000-$4,000, and I thought I was balling. I thought I was balling. Our high school had this program called Gear Up. I thought I was balling going to this HBCU. And I got a rude awakening when I got that bill um, in the mail showing me like what my breakdown would be for housing, what my breakdown would be for classes, for books, and things like that. And I ended up having to go to a state school because I just didn't have that type of money to go all the way to DC. I didn't have the money to go to DC. I didn't have the money to cover books, tuition, meal plans, things like that that you have as a college student. So in that case, I was screwed. Um, so I like the gesture of the $5,000 out of state tuition. But I do think it's a little lackadaisical because 5 grand isn't going to really move the needle. So I would have loved to see, a little bit more on that. And it would have been actually good if they would have said the HBCUs that you transfer to, you get in-state tuition. That would have been really life-changing. You get in-state tuition because that 5 grand would have went a very long way if you could have did that. This is a really good topic. I love this topic, man. This topic is really close to me because it's one of my favorite artists. Um, is one of my favorite artists. Um, the dinner with Jay Z, right? The dinner with Jay Z. Now, Rick Ross just went live on his Instagram and talked about how he would take the dinner with Jay Z. Now, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to. I'm going to try to see if you guys can hear the sound. Let me see. Let me see if you guys can hear this sound. You guys hear the sound? You guys hear this? Okay, they say they can't hear. Man, I hate that. Okay, I'm gonna figure something out. Give me a quick second, guys. I'm gonna figure something out. 'Cause I want you guys to be able to hear this. I want you to be able to hear this. Because then we're gonna go back to the other topic. Speaker Rodecaster Pro. Yeah, yeah. You guys hear now? What y'all saying? Kai said yes. You can hear the video. Y'all heard Rick Ross talking? Were you guys able to hit a video? Let's say you sound far away. I love technology, but I hate it when it doesn't work. I love technology, but I hate it when it doesn't work. Not the video. Okay. Capture window. All right, let me see some. I said nope, I couldn't hear that at all. Man, I hate that. All right. So we're gonna have to make a audible because we can't hear it. All right, forget about it. They said I'm clear, but now let me see if I do this. Because if I do this, I can hear myself. And listen, guys, I'm gonna be live streaming a lot more, so get used to it. I'm just kind of running into some technical difficulties, but if y'all rock with your boy, if you support the movement, make sure you like this video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you really want to support the movement, join the channel as a member. If you really want to support the movement, join the channel as a member while I figure out this audio nonsense. Desktop. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna figure this out. It said I'm clear. Well, why does it do that then? Let me see. All right, I'm about to play a video. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear? Can you hear the video? Here. Okay. Okay, so how do we? Okay, that's the mic. All right, I'm gonna figure this out. But why is it not? Can anybody hear you guys hear? Can you guys hear me? No, they can't hear the video. Bro, why is it doing that? I hate that for me. Um, all right, I'm gonna try one more thing. So they can hear me. They just can't hear the video. I don't know why that is, but we gonna figure it out. Okay, y'all probably obviously can't hear that. Um, I'm not 100% sure, guys. So a lot of it is showing y'all what we talking about. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end the live, and then I'm gonna figure out how to. I'm gonna figure it out. So I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna be doing this a lot more often, so I got to get it right. All right, y'all. Peace.